I've built a simple streamlit app here that lets us summarize a YouTube video. So the first thing here is we want to get the URL or URLs from the user. So I've set this up so we can do that in two different ways. So either we can have the user directly provide the URL here, or multiple URLs that the user wants to summarize, or we can have the user provide a search term. So a whole lot of times when I want to understand how to do something, I go to YouTube and search for it. So for example, I can go to YouTube search and say, how do I fix a leaky faucet, right? And so that's what I mean when I say enter the search term or the search question here. And so that's when we do that, this is set up to then retrieve back the top 10 results based on that search. And then we can pick a URL or multiple URLs to summarize. Okay, and then next, the way this is going to work is we're going to take that URL and then we'll use a Python library called Pytube to separate out the audio from the video, and then we'll take that audio, feed that to OpenAI's Whisper 1 audio to text model, and then we get the text audio converted to text, and then we'll take that text and feed it to a large language model, in our case GPT 3.5 Turbo, so we can ask it to summarize the video or answer questions about the video. So before we get going, if you like this video, please like it. If you find it useful, interesting, etc., please like the video and subscribe to my channel. So let's get going. So first I want to start with the option for getting the URL through providing a search term. So how this is set up is that when the user puts in a search term, we're going to provide that search term to the YouTube search engine. And I'm using SERP API, and I'm going to do a video on SERP API and wonderful things one can do with SERP API. Basically, it's a way to get to Google search. So through SERP API, we can get to Google Jobs, Google Search, Google Maps, etc. I'll be doing a video. Be on the lookout for that. And so let me get back to the app. So here I'm going to, I thought about what search term I'm going to use. So I don't know why I came up with quantum computing. I know nothing about it. So the way it works is, as I just said, but let me repeat that because it's important. This search term is fed through the SERP API to the YouTube search engine, and we retrieve back top 10 results here. And in my code, I have set it up to top 10. Obviously, it could be many more than that. So here, it gives you, it's like a little table here, the title of the video, the link, the length of the video, and then when it was published, right? So all that good stuff. So I'm going to take the shortest one here because I'm not going to pay for any more than I have to. Copy this guy, and here it's asking us to enter the URL. And if I had multiple one, I would hit space here and add the other URL. So now that we have submitted this URL, I'm going to use that Python library called Pytube and just separate out the audio. Then we'll take that audio, feed it to Whisper 1, and that way we get the text, and then later we can feed that text to the large language model. So here is our chance to provide a prompt or a question, and I'm just going to say summarize the following YouTube transcript in a concise manner. All right, so it's going to take our question, the prompt here, along with the text from that audio, and feed that to the large language model, in our case, GPT 3.5 Turbo. Now, obviously, prompting matters, guys. I'm using a very simple prompt here, but if you wanted to, be very specific, say, look for the key themes, then for each themes, give me a summary of those, of each of those themes, however you want to do it. The more specific you are, the better the response is going to be. So in any case, I have never looked at this video, so I have no idea, but it talks about quantum gates and circuits and algorithms and stuff like that. So yeah, sounds about right. So, the other thing you can do is like, okay, well, this is not really what I want. I could probably come to another video here, which I'm not going to do, but I could copy this and say, you know what, let me try this because I didn't learn much here. This is not what I was looking for. You could come here and paste that other video and hit enter and go through the same routine. Here's the other way where we could do this is, provide the directly a URL. So I'm not going to do this. I think this is the one I scraped. We already did, but I could provide the video. And if I have another video, let's say I wanted to actually take 2 different YouTube videos and just send the text from the audio converted to text to the large language model, and I just want to ask questions or summarize both the videos, then I would space and enter the other video, and he would hit enter, and I'll set up the code here so that it can actually do both of those things, scrape both those videos. So as I always do, I'm going to give you the code behind the app, which is right here. I'll leave a link to this code in the description. So I hope you take the code and try this out for yourself, because this is a fully functioning code. So if you actually take this code as is and use it, you're going to get this app. Okay, here's the setup. It's going to require that you have the SERP API key that you need to get from SERP API. You just sign in, sign up for it. It's free to sign up. They'll give you for free 100 searches. So, I mean, you're not going to spend money if you just want to try it out. Okay, so you're going to need that, and it requires that you have an OpenAI key, and the fact that you need to have all these libraries installed. If not, you can pip install all of these guys, and essentially after that, here's just a quick walkthrough of my code. We're giving the choices that either YouTube search or directly enter a URL. So if you say, hey, I want to enter the search term, so, and then this is where we ask for the search term, and I'm giving you the code. Here's the code in terms of how to use the SERP API functionality. We're saying we want to use the YouTube engine, etc. And then once we get that, we're going to get the results back from the search, and I'm going to take the top 10 because we asked for top 10 terms, and I'm going to write that into a CSV file. And then I showed you the table that shows you the top 10 results, and then that's how I scraped that URL, and then I provided the URL, and then what we do is we use this Pytube library to get the audio only, and then I save that audio, convert that to text, and that's where this guy comes in, and we feed the text along with our prompt. Now, if you're going to be downloading or you want to summarize anything more than an hour worth of video, I'd say change the model to GPT-4 Turbo, which is a much greater context window. It has a context window of 128,000. This guy has a context window of 16,000. But I've played around. If you have a half-hour, 45-minute video, this model is fine. But if it's an hour or longer, do change it to GPT-4 Turbo, guys. So here you go. And then here's if you don't choose a search term, you want to directly paste it. Here's where here's the code for that. And so here's why I said paste the URL and then hit separate the URLs with a space, because I'm going to look for the space, split that up into different URLs, and then here's a little for statement that goes through each of the URL and gets the audio, converts it to text, etc. All right, guys, so there you go. That's all it is. That's all it takes. I'm going to leave a link to that code for you guys, so if you want to, it's yours. Have fun with it. Here's what it's going to do for you. It's going to give you the same app, and if you want to change it up, add some more things, nuance it for your use case, etc., go for it. Hope you found it helpful and useful, or at least interesting. Please like the video. Until next time.